Have you ever felt the allure of mystery, that irresistible pull when someone steps back, creating a space that leaves you wanting more? In relationships, the subtle art of distance isn't about pushing someone away. It's about allowing desire and appreciation to breathe and flourish. Giving her space is not about neglect or disinterest. It's a powerful way to rekindle connection, to let her feel the quiet thrill of missing you. Imagine this. Instead of overwhelming her with attention, you offer a gift far more intriguing, a chance to rediscover you, to feel her own emotions without the constant presence that sometimes mutes them. How could stepping back actually bring you closer? Phase 1. Understanding the value of space. When you give her the freedom to experience her feelings and thoughts without constant input, you're allowing her to understand her true desires and appreciate what she has. This isn't about playing games. It's about granting her the breathing room to feel the strength of her own emotions and to fully realize her need and affection for you. Imagine this scenario. You and your partner have spent a lot of time together recently. There's comfort in routine, but perhaps the excitement feels muted, like a song you've played too often. Instead of trying harder or doing more, you decide to step back, gently, naturally, giving her space to experience life in her own rhythm. You don't text every few hours. You let her reach out when she feels the need. You don't fill the silence with constant reassurance. Instead, you trust that the connection will speak for itself in time. In this newfound quiet, she may find herself reflecting on your relationship in ways that are only possible when she's left with her thoughts. Suddenly, small memories and shared laughter come to mind. The way you made her feel special on a random Tuesday, or how you listened intently to her dreams and worries. These realizations don't come because she's forced to think about you. They come because she now has the space to remember and relive those feelings on her own terms. Here's another example. Imagine she's out with her friends, enjoying a night out without the regular texts from you. There's no check-in, no expectation, just the comforting knowledge that you're there, but giving her the time to be fully present. At first, she may enjoy the independence, the freedom to be herself without the shadow of the relationship lingering. But as the night goes on, she might catch herself thinking of you unexpectedly, about the small things that make you you. Maybe she glances at her phone and feels a pang, a reminder of how much your presence adds to her life. It's in these moments of absence that genuine longing can take root. Allowing her this time creates a space where she can reconnect with her own emotions without external pressure. And often, when she reaches out after having this space, it comes with a renewed sense of excitement and appreciation. This is the moment when you realize that absence, when given purposefully and respectfully, is an invaluable tool in keeping love alive. Phase 2. Building anticipation and attraction. When you give her the space she needs, something incredible begins to unfold. Anticipation and attraction start to grow in a way that constant presence could never achieve. Instead of being constantly in reach, your absence leaves room for her to feel a quiet thrill, a magnetic pull that brings mystery and longing into your relationship. This phase is where true attraction can take root, driven by her natural curiosity and desire. Picture this. She's going about her daily routine, expecting the usual check-ins or texts from you. But today, you've chosen not to reach out. There's no good morning message waiting for her, no notification popping up at lunch. At first, she might feel a hint of confusion or even wonder if something's wrong. But as the day unfolds, this subtle absence starts to create a sense of wonder. Thoughts of you slip into her mind unexpectedly. A song reminds her of the last time you sang along together, or a random comment sparks the memory of a private joke you both share. As the hours pass, that feeling grows from a simple thought to a genuine sense of anticipation. What will you say when you do reach out? Will there be something special about the message you send? This distance has stirred her emotions, prompting her to think of you with renewed interest. You're not just a constant presence, you're becoming a source of intrigue. It's that mysterious absence that allows her to miss you, to feel a spark that pulls her back to the core of her feelings for you. Here's another situation. Imagine it's a weekend, a time you both would usually spend together. This time, however, you're allowing her to enjoy her time without scheduling a meetup. Perhaps she spends the day doing her favorite activities or catching up with friends. At first, she enjoys the independence, the feeling of doing her own thing. But as the evening settles in, she might find herself reaching for her phone, wondering what you're up to, and feeling that inexplicable urge to be with you. Without even realizing it, she's drawn to you by the space you've given her. She's left wanting to reconnect, longing to hear your voice, and when you do finally reach out, it feels special. The wait and the wondering have heightened her excitement and deepened her appreciation for your presence. By stepping back, you've given her the gift of genuine anticipation, a chance for her to look forward to being with you again with a fresh sense of attraction that grows in the quiet spaces you've left. This phase is a beautiful reminder that sometimes the most powerful connection comes not from being constantly present, but from allowing enough distance for desire and longing to take root. In this space, she begins to see you not just as someone who is always there, but as someone worth the wait. Phase 3, enhancing individuality and self-discovery. When you give her space, you offer her something precious, the chance to reconnect with herself. This isn't just about letting her miss you, but about creating a place for her to feel grounded in who she is outside of the relationship. In this space, she can rediscover her passions, her strengths, and her unique individuality, qualities that ultimately enhance her role in the relationship and bring a renewed energy to both of you. Imagine this scenario. She has a weekend to herself, perhaps for the first time in a while. Without the plans that typically center around your time together, she fills her schedule with things she genuinely loves. Maybe it's attending a yoga class, diving into a book she's been meaning to read, or catching up with friends she hasn't seen in weeks. There's a joy that comes from these small moments of self-care, a rekindling of the parts of her that make her feel whole and independent. These aren't distractions from the relationship. They're experiences that allow her to feel complete, refreshed, and ready to bring her best self back to you. Another example, she's working on a project or pursuing a personal goal, and this time she can dive into it fully. Without constantly checking in with you, she finds herself entirely focused, allowing her creativity or determination to shine through. This achievement, no matter how big or small, brings her a sense of pride and confidence that can only come from individual growth. When she shares her excitement or success with you afterward, it's no longer about needing validation, but about inviting you into her world of accomplishment and self-discovery. Your support in stepping back and letting her focus allows her to feel truly seen and valued, not only as your partner, but as her own person. This phase isn't just beneficial for her, it's transformative for the relationship as well. When she comes back to you, she brings a refreshed sense of purpose, joy, and authenticity that enhances your bond. You become not just her partner, but also someone who supports her journey of self-discovery. This independence doesn't create distance, it builds a deeper trust and admiration between you two. She knows you respect her individuality and that you're secure enough in the relationship to give her the freedom to grow. By fostering this sense of individuality, you create a relationship that's rooted not in dependency, but in mutual respect and shared growth. She can love you from a place of wholeness, not from a need to be completed. And this powerful dynamic makes both of you stronger, connected not by obligation, but by genuine attraction, respect, and appreciation for the unique individuals you are. In giving her space to be herself, you allow her to rediscover what she loves about you too. Phase 4, testing and validating the relationship. This is where the true strength of your bond is put to the test. By allowing her space, you give her the opportunity to explore her feelings without constant influence. In this period of quiet reflection, she can genuinely assess what your relationship means to her. It's a powerful moment that can lead to a deeper, more authentic connection, one that's built on conscious choice rather than mere habit or dependency. Consider this example. After spending some time apart, she's left with a void that only you have filled. With fewer distractions, she's more aware of what she values in you and the comfort and support you bring into her life. Perhaps she thinks about the way you encourage her ambitions or how you bring calm and positivity to her day. In moments of absence, she sees your presence as a conscious gift rather than a constant fixture, and this reflection validates her feelings. When she reaches out again, it's not just out of habit or obligation. It's because she's recognized a real need for you in her life. Or imagine a scenario where, during this time apart, she faces a challenge on her own, a stressful day at work, a decision she has to make, or an unexpected issue she has to handle alone. Without you right there to lean on, she realizes the value of the partnership you bring. She misses not just the good times, but also the quiet strength you lend in challenging moments. This distance allows her to see with clarity the kind of balance and support you offer, something that isn't always obvious when you're together day in and day out. This validation of your relationship doesn't come from your words or actions, but from the absence itself, which reveals your impact in a real and profound way. In this phase, you're showing her that the relationship is not built on constant presence, but on mutual respect and appreciation that holds even in moments of silence. You're offering her the chance to make a conscious decision about what you mean to her, rather than staying connected out of routine. When she chooses to come back after this period, it's a choice made with full awareness, a realization that she truly values and wants to be with you. This phase strengthens the foundation of your relationship. It's about validating each other's presence, not by need, but by choice. She recognizes the genuine support, partnership, and affection you provide, not because you're always there, but because you have shown you're willing to give her the freedom to decide. And for you, this phase is a test of patience and trust, revealing the depth of your commitment without constant affirmation. By allowing her to reflect and validate the relationship independently, you create a bond that's resilient and deeply rooted in conscious love. It's a love that says, I'm here not as I need to be, but because I choose to be. And that choice, made over and over again, is the cornerstone of a lasting, powerful relationship. Phase 5. Strengthening the bond through reconnection. After a period of distance, the moment of reconnection can be profoundly powerful. When she returns to you, it's with a renewed sense of appreciation and attraction that only absence could cultivate. This phase is about reuniting with a deeper understanding, a fresh perspective, and a revitalized sense of closeness that feels like a new beginning for both of you. Imagine this. After days, or perhaps even a week or two apart, you decide to meet again. As she walks towards you, there's a spark of excitement in her eyes, a sense of rediscovery that wasn't there before. She sees you not as the familiar constant in her life, but as someone who brings joy, warmth, and energy into her world. The small gestures you make, perhaps the way you smile, listen, or even hold her hand, feel more vivid, more meaningful. In that moment, the familiarity is still there, but there's also a thrilling sense of novelty. This reunion isn't just about being together again. It's about truly seeing each other, feeling a new layer of connection that makes the bond richer. Or consider a scenario where, after some time apart, you two go on a date, something simple like a quiet dinner or a walk in the park. This time, she notices things that might have once gone unappreciated, the way you naturally make her laugh, how attentive you are to her words, or the warmth of your presence. These are qualities that may have faded into the background in the routines of daily life, but now, after some space, she's reminded of why she was drawn to you in the first place. In this reconnection, there's a sense of falling in love again, even if you never really fell out of it. This phase is not just about physically being together again. It's about emotionally reuniting with a new level of understanding and respect. Both of you have had time to reflect, and now you can bring those realizations into the relationship. She may feel more secure in her love for you, and you, in turn, feel validated in your decision to allow space. There's a mutual recognition that your connection is strong enough to handle distance, and that trust enhances the relationship. This time apart also allows you both to reintroduce yourselves as individuals who are growing and evolving. Maybe she has discovered something new about herself during the time away, or you've developed a new perspective on what you want from the relationship. Sharing these insights with each other creates a fresh layer of intimacy, a connection that's rooted not just in shared experiences, but in shared growth. Through this phase of reconnection, the bond between you two becomes more resilient and dynamic. Absence has served as a reminder that love doesn't thrive on constant proximity, but on the balance of togetherness and individuality. Now, when you're together, it's not out of dependency or routine, but out of a conscious, heartfelt choice. The power of this reconnection lies in its quiet, profound impact. It's a reminder that the love between you isn't static. It's alive, evolving, and strengthened by every experience, including the times you spend apart. And as you come together with this renewed sense of closeness, you've both built a foundation that's deeply rooted in respect, admiration, and a genuine desire to be there for each other, qualities that make your relationship resilient and truly lasting. Phase 6. Sustaining the balance of space and togetherness. Now that you've experienced the power of giving space, the real challenge and reward lies in sustaining this delicate balance. This phase is about maintaining the wisdom of allowing room for growth and independence, while also nurturing the closeness and connection you both cherish. By honoring both the time together and the space apart, you're creating a dynamic relationship where love and attraction continue to thrive. Picture this. After a period of reconnection, you both settle back into daily life, aware that the closeness you share doesn't require constant interaction. You continue to check in, share, and spend time together. But now there's a mutual respect for moments of independence. Maybe she's engrossed in a new project, and you give her the room to fully immerse herself without feeling the need to pull her back. Instead of asking if she has free time to see you, you express genuine excitement for her accomplishments and let her know you're there, supporting her from a place of quiet strength. Another scenario might involve you both planning regular solo activities. You might decide to pursue separate hobbies or interests, knowing that these individual passions only add layers to your relationship. She might take up painting, while you invest time in sports or personal growth projects. These experiences allow both of you to return to the relationship with stories to tell, new perspectives, and a sense of fulfillment that comes from living fully as individuals within a shared life. Over time, this balance of togetherness and space becomes a rhythm, a comfortable, organic flow that strengthens your connection while respecting each other's independence. There may still be moments when one of you feels the desire for more closeness while the other needs more space, but now you have a shared understanding. You recognize that these fluctuations are natural, and instead of feeling threatened by them, you communicate openly and trust in the foundation you've built. Imagine an evening where you both return home after a day of separate pursuits. There's an excitement in the air, a desire to reconnect and share everything you've experienced. The conversation flows naturally, filled with genuine curiosity and admiration for each other's lives. You laugh, you listen, and the bond feels fresh and alive. Not because you're constantly together, but because you're both growing within the relationship. This sustained balance, nurtured over time, becomes the source of ongoing attraction and respect. This phase teaches you both that true love and attraction don't rely on constant presence or reassurance. Instead, they thrive in the freedom to be fully yourselves, knowing that your partner values and supports who you are as an individual. Through the ongoing practice of balancing closeness with independence, you're fostering a relationship that's resilient, adaptable, and deeply fulfilling. This phase isn't about achieving perfection. It's about embracing the dynamic, evolving nature of love. You're creating a partnership where both of you feel secure and cherished, not because of proximity, but because of the respect, admiration, and understanding that you've cultivated together. By sustaining this balance, you're setting the stage for a love that endures, a relationship where both of you can grow, explore, and connect with a sense of purpose and passion that only deepens with time. Conclusion: embracing the power of absence for lasting connection. In the journey of building a meaningful relationship, learning to embrace the power of absence isn't just a strategy. It's a profound act of love, trust, and understanding. By giving her space, you aren't distancing yourself, but rather creating a foundation that values both closeness and independence, a balance that deepens the bond between you. Think about the moments you both shared after time apart, the renewed energy in your conversations, the subtle excitement in your reunions, and the quiet appreciation of each other's presence. Each period of separation isn't about pulling away. It's about coming back together with a more profound connection and a fuller appreciation of one another. In those moments, you both feel the joy of reconnecting, not out of habit or obligation, but from a place of genuine choice. Imagine the growth you've witnessed in her and in yourself as a result of this balance. She's been able to pursue her passions, rediscover her individuality, and come back to you not as someone who's dependent on your presence, but as someone who's consciously choosing to be with you. She's found freedom within the relationship, a rare and beautiful gift that enhances her love for you, because it's a love built on mutual respect and shared trust. And this journey has changed you too. By allowing space, you've developed patience, resilience, and confidence in your ability to support her growth without needing constant reassurance. You've learned to trust in the strength of the bond you share, knowing that it doesn't require constant presence to stay alive. Instead, it's fueled by the subtle rhythm of coming together and allowing space, each phase only strengthening your connection. This relationship is now defined not by dependency or expectation, but by admiration, choice, and the freedom to be yourselves. You've cultivated a love that adapts, that evolves, and that withstands the tests of time and change. This love is not bound by proximity, but thrives in the dynamic interplay of space and togetherness, a balance that only true understanding and mutual respect can achieve. In essence, you've created a lasting foundation where both of you can flourish as individuals and grow as partners. This is a bond that doesn't fade but deepens over time, where each moment together is a cherished choice, and each moment apart is an invitation to rediscover the beauty of the person you've chosen. Embracing the power of absence isn't about pulling away. It's about loving with intention, allowing both you and her the freedom to grow, and coming back together, time and again, with a renewed, unwavering connection.